do indeed. You're watching and listening to GB News with Stephen and me. I'm Dawn. Now, we have to go through the newspapers.
We do, yes. Well, that's a good thing.
It's a very good thing because we have the A-team with us today. We have author Nikki Hodgson and alongside legendary broadcaster Mr. Pete Price. Good morning to you both. Thank you for coming in.
Morning, morning, morning.
Morning. Right.
Let's start with
Who's going first?
Paul O'Grady, Pete, should we?
Yeah.
This is in the Express, I know.
So the 11th is the final series. Paul's on for the love of dogs. The bit that's got me on this is that the animal hero, our lovely Paul O'Grady, will have fans weeping watching the show as he returns to TV because he says goodbye to Peggy, the dog that stole his heart. And he says, I'm going to get a job on the railway. It's too hard saying goodbye. The man's love of animals is unbelievable. The grief on social media and still in the papers for Paul O'Grady is remarkable and loving. And
I'll tell you what, because a lot of us feel this. A lot of us think, oh well, he seemed like a very nice man. I never met him. You knew him well. What was he actually? I mean, like deep down, actually, if I was meeting him down the pub.
Exactly what you see on the telly. There's no sides to him, except when he puts the frock on. Yeah. Oh my word, Lily destroyed me. Yeah. There's so many stories which I can't tell because they're all very, very cheeky. He did my roast. I did a roast for my birthday and we raised money. I'm a patron of a Clare House, a children's hospice, and all the money went to that. All the money, there was no expenses. And he did the roast. And I've looked at it, played back, and I can't even edit it. He was remarkable. Last time I interviewed him, I've told the story before, he, excuse me, he was in bed, and I said, how are you? And it was late night radio. He said, I don't need to talk to you at this time of night. I'm fed up. Meh. I said, pardon? He said, because, you know, meh. I went, whoa, what's going on? He said, I've got a sheep, a little baby lamb. The sheep won't accept it, so I'm feeding it. So he's got a sheep in bed with him. Yeah.
I just wonder where that story was going then. Yeah. Sorry.
And it's just amazing, but that was him. Yeah. They're talking about having a statue to him. Yeah, There's over 100,000 people have now signed the petition because I was involved with the Scylla statue in Matthew Street, so it'd be nice to have a statue of him on the Wirral. A lot of work goes into statues, which people know about. But what you saw was what he got. And he also crossed every line. You know, if he didn't like a script, he would rip it up and write it himself. That's why he got where he got today, and he knew when to hang the dress up. He knew exactly what he was doing. He's a very shrewd, clever businessman, but a very warm, kind man. And somebody announced that I died on local television, and it was awful. And he was on the phone to me straight away saying, what's going on, Price? That was the last time I spoke to him. I miss him very, very much indeed. He's left grandchildren, his daughter. We've got the funeral coming up soon. It's just...
Well, hopefully that funeral will be a riot.
Hopefully.
It will be. It'll be a celebration.
He spoke at Scylla's funeral and he was tremendous there. Tremendous there. But I mean, the relationship between him and Scylla was just outrageous when we were all together. It was... but you can't repeat any of it.
No, that's the good thing about it. Well, it'd be nice. It's nice to think of him actually, which is quite amusing.
It's going to be hard to watch this series, and I bet the ratings will be crazy.
You know what? I haven't heard anyone say a bad word about him.
Not one.
That's so
one.
unusual.
Dawn, not one person.
I like a bit like that baby sheep. I was lucky enough to go to bed with him one morning.
On the big breakfast.
On the big breakfast, yeah. And, you know, we have bits of paper here that we actually read religiously. He got it and threw it away. So we ended up swapping makeup tips. And his was better than mine as well, which was... careful. Be careful.
Right. Well, I need this list because I need to talk what to talk about next. And this one in The Guardian, Nikki, because there's been so much work done on cancer and the DNA of cancers and what we're susceptible to. The Guardian's talking about personalised cancer jabs in 5 years.
Yeah, so what The Guardian is saying is because of the rollout of the COVID vaccine and how quickly people had to work to develop it, it's actually pushed forward progress in developing cancer vaccines. They're saying that within 12 to 18 months, they've made the same progress as they would have done in 15 years previously. And obviously, cancer affects 1 in 2 people now in a lifetime. It's shocking how many of us will get cancer. And this is just basically saying that, because of that scientific evolution, they're able to apply it to things like cancer and also other things, respiratory infections and autoimmune diseases, which are very difficult for people to live with in a lifetime.
How is it going to work?
The devil's in the detail.
Right,
so
okay.
It's to do with something called
mRNA-based
therapy.
It's like they do these wonderful, someone I love very, very much is going through cancer treatment at the moment. And it's like, you see these headlines, and if you are going through this, you'll know what I'm talking about here. You'll see these headlines, and you go, oh my God, that's amazing, that's wonderful news. And then you go through it, and as you say, the devil's in the detail.
Yeah, so what they're saying...
It's very sketchy on detail.
Yeah. I mean, what they're saying is they'll take a biopsy of the cancer cells, and then therefore they'll have enough information about what that particular cancer is and how it's attacking the body to personalise the vaccine that you're given. So that's the idea behind it, but it's very, very clever.
Rather than chemo.
Rather than generic chemo.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely, awful treatment. So,
good news, anyway.
Yeah, I think it's great. Not good news in the Mail, Pete, for 400,000 pensioners facing a tax bill for the first time.
No, sorry, I've got another one. Right,
what you want?
No, I was going to talk... Well, I've got that one as well, but I was going to talk about the chaos on the roads.
Oh, well, go on.
Look, have a Paul O'Grady moment. It's what he would want.
The queues here for Easter, the trains, the motorways, there's photos everywhere.
Yeah.
It's chaos. Now, I picked this story because we came down, there's a group of us came down from Liverpool, so we come down the M6, M1.
Yeah.
I've never seen chaos like it yesterday. The toll road going from Birmingham back, there was a 2.5-mile tailback to pay to go through the toll. That's just for one. Now, I always get the train down here to do GBNEWS. The trains are now stopping at Rugby and 2 other stops to get bus services. I mean, it's absolutely ludicrous. And then where I live on the Wirral going to Liverpool, there was a 9-mile tailback trying to get into North Wales. It's absolute chaos. And yet when we got into London, we came down, we sailed into London. It was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
It's sickening, actually. Why can we not get this working?
Because it's Easter, it's a bit unexpected. It doesn't happen every year.
And the potholes on motorways are a disgrace. In all roads, sorry, not motorways, all roads, but I've never seen potholes like on motorways. Oh my word.
Terrible. I got 2 punctures in a fortnight a couple of years ago on the M25. It was an absolute...
Why are they getting so bad at the moment? But we've got another car story, and this one's quite fun.
Yeah.
Moving on from potholes. Nikki, this is your story.
It is. Peeping Teslas. So Teslas look like the car that everybody wants to drive, but apparently the in-car cameras are spying on us, and the employees at Tesla that have access to the footage have been passing around some of the rude bits amongst themselves in the office. So the important thing to remember is that the cameras in the cars, that footage doesn't just go to some kind of technological bank where it's held and no humans see it. There are real people viewing it. It's a security check. And what's been happening is the employees at Tesla have been having a good old laugh about some guy that approached his car naked, for example, and shared that around the office in the chat. And it's just that point of we have all these surveillance devices in our homes, in our lives. Of course it is.
Can they do that?
But people, people with license to look at these images, don't always do the right thing with them.
That is a bit worrying.
So just be a bit careful if you're around your car camera, that's all.
What about surveillance cameras in the house?
Well, I've got cameras in my home.
Yeah.
I've always had them. Tell you what I've just done.
I don't always have my clothes on.
Tell you what we've done. We've changed the system because I live in a block of flats, and we've changed the system now where you walk in and the light comes on. So I'm at the very top. So I do my act about 12 times. Every time the light comes on, I go into my act. I had to take the light off in the fridge because every time I went in for the milk, I did my act, and it's not the best act in the world.
Yeah, we've got baby monitors now, so be careful what you say on the second floor.
Oh, baby monitors.
You've got to be very careful around the baby monitors.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
very careful.
It's a nightmare. Look, we're leaving it there. Thank you very much indeed, you two. But we shall catch you a little bit later on.